About divine providence. Should the will welcome truth sooner or in larger measure, it would adulterate good, and the understanding would falsify truth by mingling them with evils and falsities. When the will is in evil, it adulterates good in the understanding, and good adulterated in the understanding is evil in the will. For it confirms that evil is good and good is evil. So evil deals with all good, which is its opposite. Evil also falsifies truth, for truth of good is the opposite of the falsity of evil. This is done in the understanding by the will, and not by the understanding alone. Adulterations of good are depicted in the world by adulterers, and falsifications of truth by whoredoms. These adulterations and falsifications are effected by reasonings from the natural man, which is in evil, and also by confirmations of appearances in the sense of the letter of the word. The love of self, the head of all evils, surpasses other loves in the ability to adulterate goods and falsify truths. And it does this by misuse of the rationality which every man, wicked as well as good, enjoys from the Lord. By confirmations, it can, in fact, make evil look exactly like good, and falsity like truth. What can it do when it can prove by 1,000 arguments that nature created itself and then created human beings, animals, and plants of every kind, and also prove that by influx from within itself nature causes men to live, to think analytically, and to understand wisely? Self-love excels in ability to prove whatever it desires because a certain glamour or varicolored light overlays it. This glamour is the vainglory of that love in being wise, and thus also of being immanent and dominant. And yet, when self-love has proved such things, it becomes so blind that it sees man only as a beast, and that man and beast both think. And if a beast could also speak, conceives it would be man in another form. If it were induced by some manner of persuasion to believe that something of the human being survives death, it then is so blind as to believe that the beast also survives, and that something which lives after death is only a subtle exhalation of life, like a vapor constantly falling back to its corpse, or is something vital without sight, hearing, or speech, and so is blind, deaf, and dumb, soaring about and coagulating. Self-love entertains many other insanities with which nature, in itself dead, inspires its fantasy. Such is the effect of self-love, which regarded in itself is love of the proprium. Man's proprium in respect of its affections, which are all natural, is not unlike the life of a beast, and in respect of its perceptions, inasmuch as they spring from these affections, is not unlike a bird of night, one who constantly immerses his thoughts in his corporeum, therefore cannot be raised out of the natural light into the spiritual light and see anything of God, heaven, or eternal life. Since the love of the corporeum is of this nature, and yet excels in the ability to confirm whatever it pleases, it has a similar ability to adulterate the goods of the word and falsify its truths, even while it is constrained by some necessity to confess them. The Lord, therefore, does not admit man inwardly into truths of wisdom and goods of love, except as a man can be kept in them to the close of life. The Lord does this lest man fall into the most serious kind of profanation, of which we have treated in this chapter. In view of that peril, the Lord also tolerates evils of life and many heresies in worship, the tolerance of which will be subject of the following chapters.